Welcome back to episode 66 of Uncaged Sports Talk. Here in this episode, actually, before we get into what we're going to talk about, it's actually obvious what we're going to talk about NFL football. It's Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, all. Before we get into our topic today, I want to explain why I have been laxed on these episodes of why I've been behind, why I fell behind. I fell behind because I had some work stuff going on I was working. And 2 weeks ago, almost 3 weeks ago now, 3 weeks ago now, I think, I had my wisdom teeth taken out. So I didn't do an episode that week, obviously. But without further ado, let's get in. We are back, and let's get in to episode 66 of Uncaged Sports Talk. So in this episode, we're going to go through, I'll actually start with the bets. Since the games are about to start, I'll start with the bets. So if you're watching, you can get your bets in if you want to follow any of these. I'll go through my parlay that I did and then my 5 Luke's locks. Actually, I'll just go through the Luke's locks first. So for Luke's locks, in week 13, we got the Lions minus 9.5 against the Bears today. Originally, that line was 10. I would have taken the Bears at 10. 10's one of those tricky numbers. But I'll take the Lions minus 9.5 against the Bears today. I think they cover. Lions are the best team in football right now. They're playing really good. Bears have been competitive. They have been competitive. I actually saw a stat that the last time the Lions were 10-1, the next team to beat them was the Bears on Thanksgiving in 1936. They won 19-16. But I'm still taking the Lions minus 9.5 in this one. I think they cover. Lions are the best team in football right now. I like the Texans minus 4 against the Jaguars. I think they get a bounce back win here. I know it's against a divisional matchup on the road, but I think they get a bounce back win after that loss to the Titans. Jaguars have not been good at all this year. And Texans, they've been solid enough. And it's 4 points. Go win by a touchdown. Then I like the Falcons plus 1.5. That's a weird game for me here. Them versus the Chargers. But I like the Falcons as a home underdog here in this spot. I like them since they're a home underdog. I like it's the home underdog aspect of it. I think Falcons and Chargers are even teams, and I'm getting a home dog. I'll take it all day long. Plus 1.5 for the Falcons. The Bengals, that's actually a typo. That's meant to be minus 2.5 against the Steelers. Bengals at home minus 2.5. It's one of those lines. You're getting it under 3. It's probably going to go up soon because Vegas has it at minus 120. So you're getting you're not getting great value. But Vegas is expecting them to cover here. So I'll trust them. I'll trust Vegas here on this one. Bengals minus 2.5 against the Steelers. And then Eagles plus 3 against the Ravens. I know we haven't seen Eagles on Luke's locks many times this year. But I like the Eagles plus 3. I'm a fan of the Eagles plus 3 this week, especially if Devontae Smith plays. If Devontae Smith plays, I think we win this game. The only problem is, and you're getting 3. At worst, I think it's a wash. I think Eagles win this game 30-27 on Sunday. It's going to be the Saquon versus Derek show on Sunday afternoon. Saquon Barkley has been outstanding this year. He's been insane. Eagles are undefeated when A.J. Brown plays. Going to be an interesting one. I've watched both teams, each game of both teams this year. Going to be an interesting one. I've watched every snap of both teams this year. And then on a parlay I did this parlay. I placed this parlay. I got the Lions minus 4.5 on it. They came out to plus 949. And Bet Rivers gave me a profit boost on it. Lions minus 4.5. Amon-Ra, you got 3 minutes to place this if you want to. Amon-Ra over 49.5. If you're watching this live, you got 3 minutes to place it. My bad. But Amon-Ra over 49.5 yards. Giants plus 13.5. CeeDee Lamb over 54.5. Dolphins plus 10.5. Josh Jacobs to score a touchdown. And Josh Jacobs to rush for over 59.5 yards in the cold in Green Bay. The feel like temperature is going to be under 15 degrees. Give me Josh Jacobs to have a really good game today in Green Bay. Excuse me for that. Just 8. Now, for Luke's list. Welcome back to Luke's List is back. I've been posting these on Facebook. Been slacking posting them on Twitter and Instagram. But here's Luke's list. NFL Week 13. Trending down is the Commanders at 14. They moved down five spots. They've been on a downward spiral ever since that Steelers loss. They lost to the Steelers, and they lost to the Eagles. Then they just lost to Cooper Rush and the Cowboys. Commanders are slipping. Jaden Daniels is letting that Rookie of the Year slip away to Bo Nix. Bo Nix has been playing outstanding. You could see the Broncos on here if they keep playing the same way they are. You could see them on here in a few weeks. 49ers moved down 5 spots. I know they're banged up, but they're playing just average football. It's a Super Bowl hangover biting another team yet again. The Super Bowl hangover bites every team. Gets every team. Unless you're the Chiefs. And it's even gotten the Chiefs a little this year, to a degree. They're 9-1, but still, even gotten the Chiefs a little this year. They might be 10-1 at this point. Yeah, 10-1 it would be. But still, same difference. They've been struggling like all their games. But back to the Niners. They've gotten bit by the Super Bowl hangover and bit by the injury bug. Niners moved down 5 spots to 19. Trending up is my number 10 team in the rankings. The Dolphins trend up 8 spots. You might ask why. Why, Luke, do I have a 5 and 6 team in a top 10? Because ever since Tua came back, he's been balling. He has 11 touchdowns, 1 interception since he came back. Tua has been balling ever since he came back. The Dolphins have been on a roll. Dolphins move up 8 spots. They come in at number 10. You might ask, I know you guys see that Cardinals number 9 there, and they move up 2 spots after 16-6 loss to the Seahawks. You might ask why they move up and like the Seahawks aren't there instead. Seahawks moved up too, but Cardinals would have stayed put most likely if it wasn't for the Commanders' loss and the Texans' loss. Cardinals basically moved up by default. They've been a solid team though. They got Jonathan Gannon, who's been a really good head coach. Their defense has been good. Kyler Murray's had a really good year. They got Trey McBride, Marvin Harrison, who's been solid. Trey McBride's been outstanding. Maybe the second best tight end. There's Brock Bowers and there's Trey McBride, George Kittle. Those are the 3 guys this year. Coming in at number 8, Travis Kelce's having an okay year. Coming in at number 8 is the Pittsburgh Steelers. They moved down 3 spots after that Snow Globe game. The offense is just damn. The defense is great. The defense is great. Like, I don't have any problems with their defense. But that offense is rough sometimes. It's rough sometimes. Even when they beat the Ravens, you didn't score a single touchdown. It's rough sometimes there in Pittsburgh. George Pickens, though, has been really good this year. They've been good with Russell Wilson for the most part. Still struggle, but they move down 3 spots regardless. The Packers move up 1 spot. They move to number 7. Jordan Love has been really good. They've just been playing some good football over the last month or so. The Packers move up 1 spot. The Vikings move up a spot as well. They move to number 6. The Ravens coming at number 5. They move up a spot. After their game, they won convincingly again. The the Chargers took a little too much time on that last drive. The only reason it was close, scored some garbage time points. They had no urgency on that drive. I got to shave, by the way, if you see me messing with my beard. My beard looks messed up in this mirror that I have in front of me. I said mirror eye. It sounded like, but yeah, in front of this mirror I have in front of me, my beard looks messed up on the left side of it. But that's regardless on the right side for you guys. But that's back to football. Yeah, the Ravens look good in that game. The defense, Nate Wiggins, he did not look good. Vlad McConkey had a day against him. You had Malik Harrison step up big in Roquan's absence. You had Derrick Henry with a huge 4th and 1 conversion. You had the 4th and 1 from their own 16. The 2-point conversion that you didn't need to go for. John Harbaugh had some balls in that game. He had some balls in that game. John Harbaugh was on something. He was being ballsy as all hell in this past game. The Chiefs, though, come in at number 4. They moved down a spot. Like I said, they've just been not playing great despite winning. Feels like the Eagles last year. They almost lost to the Panthers. It shouldn't take a field goal to beat the Panthers. The Bills, coming at number 3, they fall a spot. The Bills are playing really good, but they're not playing as good as the number 2 team on the list. The receivers are okay. Shakir, Amari Cooper, nothing special. The defense is good. But the Bills, something's lacking there. I think it could bite them in the end. Like, I'd trust the Chiefs and Ravens more when it comes to playoff time this year. And then the Eagles at number 2. The Eagles, hottest team in football. Saquon Barkley on pace to break the all-time scrimmage yards record. If he does, he could be in the MVP consideration. He could get MVP votes if he breaks the all-time scrimmage yards record. I doubt he actually does, but we do have some easy matchups, and he is balling his ass off. He's playing his ass off. And like I said earlier, we're undefeated with A.J. Brown. We are yet to lose with A.J. Brown in the lineup. Jalen Hurts has been playing better since the bye. The defense has been outstanding. Cooper DeJean, the exciting Whiteson and Reed Blankenship. Quinyon Mobe. Slay banged up. Brandon Graham out for the year with the triceps injury. Bryce Huff, who had done nothing all year, basically. He's hurt. Just banged up on the defensive side, but they're still playing really good. I trust them to keep it going. Jalen Carter is what makes that defensive line go anyway. The Eagles come in at number 2. And then coming in at number 1 on Luke's list is a team that probably just kicked off the football or is receiving the football as of now at the time I'm talking. The Detroit Lions come in at number 1 on Luke's list in the Week 13 power rankings. The Detroit Lions are the best team in football. Like, I think they would beat us right now if we play them. Now, if it's in Philly, I think we can beat them. But the Detroit Lions are really good. Jared Goff has had an insane year. Amon-Ra is really good. Sonic and Knuckles with David Montgomery and Jerome. What did I say, Jerome? Jahmyr Gibbs. The defense has been good even in the loss of Aiden Hutchinson. Yet, and I don't think any team wants to play the Lions right now. So, with that said, I'm looking forward to that NFC Championship game. Whether it's in Philadelphia or Detroit, I'm looking forward to it for the opportunity to potentially go to Super Bowl 59 in NOLA, New Orleans. I think it's going to be a good battle when they do play. But that'll do it for this episode of Uncaged Sports Talk. Thank you for tuning in. Gonna get back hopefully to our regularly scheduled episodes next week with episode 67. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe on all of our platforms. It is greatly appreciated. Tune in next week. And happy